come back to you for our next discussion as well. Now, moving the focus on to Venezuela, according to multiple media reports, CIA Director John Ratcliffe reportedly met with Venezuela's interim president, Delcy Rodríguez, in Caracas yesterday. While the White House has not commented yet, the meeting was said to be at the direction of U.S. President Donald Trump, who wants improved relations with Venezuela following major political upheaval in the country. Topics reportedly discussed included intelligence cooperation, economic stability, and ensuring Venezuela is no longer a safe haven for America's adversaries, especially narco-traffickers. Rodriguez, who was vice president under Nicolas Maduro and later became interim president after Maduro's ouster, has criticized the Trump administration over Maduro's capture, but is seen by Washington as a stabilizing leader. Now, for this discussion, we welcome back Ms. Alison Mutler. She joins us live from Bucharest. Thank you very much, Ms. Mutler, for staying with us. Now, looking at this, how do you think, how does America or U.S. President and this administration sees current leader Rodriguez?
Well, I think from day number one or day number two after Maduro was captured, I think the US sees Delcy Rodríguez. Of course, she made some statements saying this was an illegal kidnapping, etc., etc. But I remember Rubio, State Department State Secretary, saying that, oh, this is just these are just statements. Let's see what happens next. And she's generally believed to be somebody they can rely on, somebody also who brings some stability because she's not in opposition to Maduro. She was his deputy. Apparently she was involved in talks in trying to get him voluntarily to leave power, which didn't happen in the end. In the end, the US captured him. But I think she's seen by the US as a figure of stability, but also a transitional leader, at least by the US, an interim president, somebody who can guide Venezuela through to elections. I don't know when they'll be held, they haven't been announced. But the fact that the CIA director is reported to have visited Venezuela, and I would believe this to be true, shows that she is their key person of contact there.
Do you think, well, we can only speculate here, but why do you think there were no, like a foreign minister or et cetera, but why CIA director? Why CIA director in particular who's gone to Venezuela at this timing?
Well, it is very interesting. I think it's because the CIA, it's for sharing key intelligence. Things that are perhaps classified secrets, the fact that it wasn't even reported. If you have a foreign minister visiting another country, you normally would get advance warning as a journalist, and it will be reported publicly. But often when I think the CIA director goes abroad, it isn't reported. But I think it shows the level of strategic interest. There'll be sharing of military secrets, sharing of intelligence. The US is very concerned about narco-terrorism. So it'll be sharing a lot of things which are classified that they're not destined for public consumption. So that's why I think that the CIA director went there, and specifically Rubio did not go there. That is because it's to share highly classified information and intelligence with Rodriguez about obviously what happened, but particularly about what the situation is now and what the US wants from Venezuela in the future.
Right. And although US has not commented on this yet, how do you think this CIA meeting of Rodriguez with CIA could change or affect domestic politics in Venezuela, if it can in any way?
Well, I think the fact the CIA director went to visit the interim president, Delcy Rodríguez, is a sign that the US trusts. Which is this, and it's a sign that she also trusts the US, because if she hadn't, she wouldn't have received him. So I think that it is a sign for the Venezuelan population that since the removal of Maduro, Venezuela is definitely going to have a strong US input in both in the economy, in terms of the oil, but also in politics. I don't know how free the Venezuelan society is and when elections will be held. There might be anti-American sentiment, but because it is not a democratic society, there haven't been protests in Venezuela against the capture of Maduro, and the fact that Maduro is now, he's out of the country, but the country is being led by his deputy, shows there's a sort of continuity. And then we have this added layer of the US. But it's hard to say because Venezuela isn't a democracy. Of course, there'll be some anti-American sentiment there, but that's not being openly expressed at the moment. But I think the visit shows that there will be a strong working US-Venezuelan relationship, and not necessarily by choice, but the fact that the US did intervene militarily. Venezuela, feels that for its own stability, that it needs to cooperate with the United States.
Thank you very much, Ms. Butler, for sharing that insight. Please stay with us as we come back to you for our next